Hey there! If you're looking for a fun and easy way to earn rewards, including cash and prizes, check out the link in the video description.
America is the least safe place out of any wealthy country for women to give birth, a new report suggests. The U.S. had a maternal mortality rate, the rate of women who died while pregnant or in the moments or weeks after giving birth, of 22 per 100,000 live births in 2022. This was the highest rate out of the 14 high-income nations in Europe, Asia, South America and Oceania that were studied in the report. It means American women are 9 times more likely to die during or shortly after pregnancy compared to those in Sweden and 4 times more likely than British women. The report also found that the U.S. has the second lowest number of midwives and OBGYNs per live births among high-income nations, which may be contributing to the country's high maternal mortality rates. Up to a third of roles are currently unfilled according to estimates. The researchers point out that the U.S. is the only country out of the group of nations that did not mandate any form of paid maternity leave for pregnant women, which may explain the high rate of suicides among new moms in the U.S. America was also the only one not to have universal healthcare coverage, with an estimated 8 million women, or 12% of those of reproductive age, uninsured. They said high medical expenses may have also played a role in some of the deaths. The report analyzed the maternal mortality rate, which is defined as deaths among women during pregnancy, childbirth, or up to 42 days after giving birth. All deaths were linked to the pregnancy in some way. The U.S. had the worst rate in the group overall, followed by Chile, 14.3 maternal deaths per 100,000 live births, and New Zealand. At the other end of the scale was Norway, where no maternal deaths were recorded over the year 2022. In second place was Switzerland, with 1.2 maternal deaths per 100,000, and in third was Sweden, at 2.6. Australia ranked in sixth place with a rate of 3.5 per 100,000, or 6 times lower than that in the US, and the UK ranked in eighth place. The most common causes of death were severe bleeding, high blood pressure or infections and cardiomyopathy, or a disease of the heart. Separate data also showed the U.S. had the second lowest number of midwives and OBGYNs per live births among high-income nations, putting further strain on the medical system. Chile has the largest supply of OBGYNs and midwives, with 92 staff per 1,000 live births. In the U.S. there are just 16 OBGYNs and midwives for every 1,000 live births, according to the report, published by New York City-based think tank the Commonwealth Fund, compared the maternal mortality rate in the U.S. to that in similar nations. The countries included in the report were Australia, Canada, France, Germany, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Sweden, Switzerland, the United Kingdom and the United States. Researchers used data on the maternal mortality rate, MMR, from the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, to compare the nations. Among mothers to have lost their lives after childbirth in the U.S. was 30-year-old Christine Fields from Long Island City. She was admitted to Woodhull Hospital in Brooklyn in November 2023 for her third childbirth, but died hours later from hemorrhaging. Her family is now suing the hospital for $41 million, saying she received careless and negligent care. They claim the mother suffered cuts to her blood vessels which caused the internal bleeding. And in another case, 34-year-old Jasmine Patton, from Chattanooga, Tennessee, died just 2 days after giving birth to her first child. The mother, who had struggled to get pregnant for years before using IVF, had her cause of death described as liver failure. Her family said her death was unexpected, and that there were a lot of question marks over the fatality for doctors.